Alrighty, just went to Family Dollar. Oh, do I have fucking allergies? Maybe. Breathing mold doesn't help. So what'd you get, Ray? Well, I got some chocolate milk, of course. I don't always drink that on the weekends, but sometimes I do. Also got some T-Rex duct tape. And every car in this neighborhood is just so loud. You know, one of the few reasons I would actually want to be rich is so I could live somewhere where everything wasn't constantly fucking loud. But is it worth all the effort just to not have everything being a loud piece of shit? I don't think so. I ate an apple on the way to Family Dollar, and I just thought I'd show you some of the stuff. Now that I can upload videos willy-nilly, may as well show you that church that I always go to. Not to pray, of course. To leave wacky shit. Alright, stop number 1. Here we got a defunct fire hydrant. As you can see, has some pretty standard symbols on it, nothing too fancy. And this, the New Day Apostolic Church. Apostolic. Is there a way I say that doesn't sound cumbersome? I don't think so. Anyway, I don't usually leave that much shit here because this doesn't have the high faith levels of the next church in line. They're only like 20 feet away, so if you suddenly need religion, you got a lot of choices in this neighborhood. Now we got just one painting leaving, glued to the light post. I don't think this church has very good attendance. It's not a huge pile of faith like the one that we're going to now. Alright, but before we get to that church, what do we got here? It's a fire hydrant with a magic bandage wrapped around the rim and one piece of white duct tape with a few fairly standard symbols. I put some bleach in my room. I sprayed the mold, wiped it down, then vacated so the bleach fumes wouldn't be fucking with me. My nose is stuffed though, but hopefully that'll get better. Oh, hey, look, what do we have here? These two cards punched through one of the symbols on each of them. This one right here, which I tied to a staple, and then the wind reliably wrapped it up into a little rope and deposited it under this little piece of wood. This right here was an entire sheet of symbols that were erased by the rain, and then it was torn away, but the little tiny strip of dollar bill is still there. Excellent. And then a whole heap of painting leavings. These ones right here, before I put them up, I soaked them in some magic paint water. Yeah, it's all looking pretty good. It's amazing nobody ever takes this shit down. Except for when the wind blows it away. I also deposited a card on this light post up here, and that card blew away, as it was supposed to do. Excellent. And look how sweaty I am. It's not even that hot, but that fucking Lord metabolism just burning energy all day and night. So it's 80 degrees, I'm just fucking dying. And it's probably gonna get up to like 100. And the place I work has no air conditioning. Some of that Lord suffering you've heard so much about. That church I just showed you with the painting leavings, that's the one that I really move a lot of stuff in and out of because they have the highest faith levels of my available churches. The standard faith level, you could say, is 20.1% because that's the rate of salvation for Christians in general. Where that church has a salvation rate of 28.8%. Now the one all the way at the end of the block with the moral decay has a salvation rate of 21%. What is it? It's 19.5%, which isn't that low, but the iniquitous and vile people are especially iniquitous and vile. So that makes it really good to dump my waste ontology there. Because it's a shit church, How do you know these things? It's just my Lord senses, you know how it is. I can feel it. Oh, and the fire hydrant right next to where I live. What do we got here? Well, it looks like some kind of necklace with 2 earbuds, a lawnmower string, and what's this? It's that shoe that was hanging up in my room. And what's this? A place for dumping waste ontology. And it's right next to my house, so it's convenient. Now you might be thinking, well, Ray, if you have a convenient fire hydrant next to your house for dumping waste ontology, then why do you schlep all the way to the end of the block to dump it at that iniquitous church? Well, you can't just dump waste ontology anywhere. It has to go in specific places depending on the type. Like, waste is a pretty big category. There's a lot of different types of it, and it has to go in specific things. Now, on the light post right in front of my house, what do we have here? It's the Jack of Hearts. Alright, I think that ends this tour. Have a nice day.